Welcome back everybody to Altcoin Daily. This is the video that you need to watch. In today's video, I'm going to share with you 11 cryptocurrency projects that I'm hugely bullish on in the short term, 1 to 2 months, and in the midterm going into end of year. I believe these coins will outperform Bitcoin. Some of them, there are projections of 1,000%, 2,000%, even 3,000% gains. Now, me personally, I use altcoins to accumulate more Bitcoin or Ethereum or coins I believe in. The fact is, there is tons of opportunity in this space. So if you're interested in making money in cryptocurrency, subscribe to the channel. We drop a video every day. We share things with you that the mainstream media will never put on your radar. And like I said, in today's video, I want to share with you 11 cryptocurrencies that I am hugely bullish on. If there is a cryptocurrency that you hold that you want me to check out, comment that coin right now and tell me why you like it. But let's get into it because I got to share with you 11 coins in this video. Check the timestamps. Coin number 1, making our list today, looks incredibly bullish to me. It is VeChain. VeChain is a supply chain management company, protocol, and cryptocurrency. They're big in Asia. They're a brand name in the space because they've been in cryptocurrency a number of years. Let me know in the comments below if you are a VeChain bull. But like I said, their main claim to fame is supply chain management, putting the supply chain on the blockchain. The recent years they have expanded. We'll get to that in just a second. But keep in mind, the main reason they're on the list today is because the price chart looks so bullish. Okay, VFam, buckle up, because whether we're talking about the RSI, whether we're talking about former resistance turned into support, and a retest of that resistance turned into support, the price chart looks bullish. We're now in an uptrend on the price chart. Keep in mind, the last time we saw metrics play out exactly like this, the last time the RSI was like this, the last time we bounced off of resistance turned to support, what followed was a 3,000% rally. 3,000% rally. So even if we just did half of what VET did last time, that would put us at a price point of 93 cents per VET. Now let's say that it plays out very similar to how it played out last time, a 3,000% rally. That would put us at a price point of $1.74 per VET. So price chart looks bullish in the short term. Price chart looks bullish in the midterm going into end of year. That's where we're going, fam. Just in time for Christmas. Just in time for Christmas. And like I said, although their main claim to fame is supply chain management, they've recently branched out in the last couple of years. They are now into NFTs, just like what they're doing on Ethereum. VeChain is trying to take a piece of this market as well. They put out their own NFT line, VPunks. And just like all of the best tokens in the space, we want to see the ecosystem growing. We want to see integrations and partnerships. Traveler.com partners with VeChain to integrate VET as payments. Now you can use VET when you're traveling. Very bullish. Coin number 2 making our list today is Ethereum. Subscribers to this channel understand the bull case for Ethereum, understand my Ethereum investors thesis. The fact is, Ethereum just changed their monetary policy to make things better for the price of the coin. The fact is, Ethereum fundamentals are great. Ethereum, very similar to Bitcoin, is going through a supply shock right now, and their ecosystem in general is just creating all sorts of demand for the Ether token, whether we're talking about NFTs, decentralized exchanges, play-to-earn games, stablecoins. The fact is, Ethereum's ecosystem is just so big and vast, it's creating all this demand for the Ether token, and Ethereum just keeps getting bigger and bigger. Ether just overtook MASTERCARD in market cap. Don't believe me? See for yourself, top assets by market cap. We can see Bitcoin is number 7. If we go down to the 20s, Ethereum has a higher market cap than MasterCard, Home Depot, Bank of America. Ether is making waves. Okay, so the next 4 coins on my list today are Ethereum competitors or Ethereum interoperators. This is part of my investors thesis for this cycle. I believe in a world where Ethereum is so valued and my investors thesis for Ethereum is playing out. I believe that people are going to speculate and look to these Ethereum interoperators and competitors. Not all of them, but the quote-unquote blue chips, the ones that have good metrics or good things going for them. So coin number 3 on our list today is Solana. Huge shout out to the Solana team, now with 1 billion plus of USDC in circulation. Not 1 million, 1 billion. What have you all been building? So Solana continues to conquer the market. They're building like no other, and that's why they make the list today. Next on our list is Polkadot. So all eyes are on Ethereum right now. All eyes are even on Cardano right now. Hardly any eyes on Polkadot. And to me, that screams opportunity. So ETH had a major upgrade, and DOT is just chilling. Keep in mind, Polkadot was actually above Cardano in market cap before retail went in with the quote-unquote cheaper project. Should be over $40 now. I'm definitely accumulating. And in fact, me personally, I did just in the last couple months take out a big purchase of DOT. And speaking of ADA, I actually took out a rather large purchase, relatively speaking, of ADA. Because Cardano is looking great, especially going into this next month, especially going into smart contracts. So Cardano's testnet is finally becoming smart contract compatible. And in about a month or two, definitely before the end of the year, they're going to go full smart contract compatible. So I'm bullish on Cardano. And finally, in this series of ETH competitors and ETH interoperators, we have to put Elrond on the list. Elrond, actually kind of similar to Chainlink, continues to integrate, continues to make partnerships. Elrond is building just as fast, and their ecosystem is expanding just as fast as a Solana, as an Ethereum. So Elrond makes our list today. And then actually the next coin on our list is the number 1 Oracle token by far. Chainlink has had more integrations when it comes to Oracle cryptocurrencies than anything else by far. They're the brand name. And in fact, Chainlink integrates weather data from Google Cloud. Chainlink, a leading provider of data feeds to blockchain-based smart contracts, has now fully added decentralized weather data from Google Cloud. So this is kind of a big deal. So you can further understand what this means. Let's go to the recent CoinDesk panel talking about just this, and then we'll move on to the next coin.
They now have an agreement with Google where Google weather information is going to be integrated into their system. For those who aren't familiar, Chainlink is what's known as an Oracle system. They provide data feeds that can be integrated into DeFi systems. In this case, it sort of points towards the role of weather in calculating risk for contracts that would, in theory, be set up to be, perpetual and automated like all DeFi things. So one good example might be the use of DeFi to set up farming or crop or other insurance that might depend on weather conditions. For example, some insurance plans have clauses that exclude coverage under particular extreme conditions. So this is really like a tiny little step towards this future where there's all kinds of information about the real world that's on the blockchain and integrated into DeFi systems and financial products. I do think it's also notable because of just the legitimacy conferred by this agreement with Google, which is, I think, a new level for Chainlink. But the real goal, the real interesting thing here is this sort of sophisticated integration of data into the decentralized systems. I guess, Will, you're like fairly DeFi savvy, right? Does this speak to your soul?
I like to think so sometimes. The Chainlink integration is interesting. It's always good to be cautious about these Google integrations, and this one seems quite legitimate. Through the years, there's always been like these cryptocurrency companies or whatnot have integrated with Google to some degree, and then Google's like, well, they're using like Google Drive, so that's not really integration. But here it does seem like there's some aspect of validity to it, and I think you hit the nail on the head. The interesting thing about Chainlink is they're bringing like real world data to a blockchain. So when we talk about Bitcoin's just talking to itself. It's just it's inward looking, right? It's moving money from place A to place B, and then everyone in the outside world places value onto those transfers, and that's why Bitcoin has value. That's why it's denominated in dollars or yen or euro. But Chainlink is moving data, which data from the outside world moving onto a blockchain can be like really tough. Like, do you know if your weather data is accurate or not? Is someone lying to you to be able to trigger a smart contract so then it gives out a false payout or does not give a payout at all? These are the kind of questions that Chainlink and other Oracle systems are working on, and they really matter if you're going to be able to have a decentralized future where you have decentralized contracts, where you have decentralized applications that need outside data to operate on chain, and you need them to operate with efficiency and be trustworthy.
The interesting thing about oracles is that it's like economics in action, right? You're trying to incentivize people to provide reliable data, and you're trying to punish those who look to game the system with bogus data. So the fact that these experiments continue is really interesting, and that they're adding weather, I think, again, speaks to this bigger of, hey, there might be a future in which these smart contracts can be responsive to all sorts of inputs, whether it's price data or if it's raining or not in Philadelphia. So that to me is super interesting.
Coin number 8 making our list today is the governance token for the most popular decentralized exchange in all of cryptocurrency. It's number 1 in the Ethereum ecosystem. It's number 1 for all of cryptocurrency. And it has become clear. People are using this. There is demand for this. Uniswap just became the first protocol to surpass 1 billion in fees. Congrats to Uniswap and team. So I continue to put Uniswap on your radar and decentralized exchanges in general. And speaking of that, number 9 on our list today is a decentralized derivatives exchange. It's called Injective. Access, create, and trade unlimited decentralized finance markets on the first ETH-compatible exchange protocol for cross-chain DeFi. So, say what you want about derivatives exchanges, but the fact is they're very popular in the traditional world and in the decentralized finance world, and there is demand for derivatives exchanges that are decentralized, distributed, permissionless, like Injective. Now, they have big things on the horizon. Check out this tweet thread. We are thrilled to announce the Injective rebrand, which marks a significant evolution in Injective's mission, product, and brand. Injective will now focus on creating the DeFi hub for the new internet economy. Injective started with the initial goal of building a decentralized cross-chain protocol that would allow for derivatives trading while also being Ethereum compatible. By doing so, we would be able to serve native Ether users while also working across new blockchains. Over the years, Injective has grown to become both a state-of-the-art derivatives exchange and a DeFi application-specific Layer 1 protocol. The synergy between the two realms helps pave the way into the future of Injective. Injective's DeFi application-specific chain is able to serve the needs of developers everywhere. Ethereum compatibility allows developers to utilize familiar tooling. The interoperable backend enables DeFi apps to seamlessly work across distinct blockchains such as Cosmos. A multitude of new DeFi projects can be deployed on Injective using Injective's self-evolving protocol. Developers can swiftly modify any parameters to suit their specific DeFi use case. Thus, Injective is made to be future-proof as new upgrades occur over time. The project and dApps on Injective will each add to the positive feedback loop within the ecosystem. For example, a developer building a relayer can interact with multiple applications on Injective, adding to the overall value that UI is able to provide to the end user. The decentralized derivatives exchange on Injective will also be strengthened by new cross-chain DeFi dApps. For example, insurance applications deployed on Injective can be used to underwrite risk in derivatives contracts. The opportunities are truly limitless. The Injective token will play an increasingly crucial role within the network as it helps to govern and secure new cross-chain DeFi projects and applications built on Injective. We are also releasing a new visual brand identity that will be incorporated through Injective's website, products, and messaging to properly illustrate the expansion of Injective's mission. Stay tuned for some UI, UX updates. So they're doing big things. This is something I'm invested in, like many coins on this list. This is something Mark Cuban has revealed he's invested in. I think this is bullish, especially in a bull market. And speaking of bullish, good news for Injective investors. Kraken, one of the world's most exclusive exchanges, Injective will be listed. So Kraken is listing Injective. They're a huge exchange. This is really good. It's obviously very positive when big exchanges list coins that we like, because that, it just makes, obviously you can understand why that's a big deal. Speaking of coins being listed on major exchanges and that being overall bullish, Mina protocol is now live on the world's largest exchange, Binance. So Mina protocol, kind of like Injective, kind of like many DeFi protocols, heavily VC backed by Coinbase Ventures, backed by Three Arrow Capital. Their claim to fame, they sell themselves as the world's smallest blockchain to stay 22 kilobytes in perpetuity forever, while other blockchains will only get bigger. Mina will stay at 22 kilobytes. It's so different from everything else that we see. That's why I'm invested in this. That's why I think this is interesting to me. The fact that they're listed on Binance, obviously a good thing in the long term. Final coin on our list today is Helium. Speaking of VC-backed decentralized wireless network, Helium raises $111 million in token sale led by Andreessen Horowitz. So the startup is aiming to build a decentralized peer-to-peer wireless network. So Helium is basically a decentralized distributed wireless network. Also participating in Helium's investment round was actually 10T, Ribbit Capital, Alameda Research, Multicoin Capital. So a lot of VC money is backing this. And say what you want about it, generally I think of this as a good thing because they're putting their money behind protocols that have good things going for it. So they say Helium is now evolving and has embarked on the path to deploy a 5G cellular network of gateways and hotspots. We're excited about Helium's potential to provide comprehensive 5G connectivity across the world in a way that's faster and more capital efficient than traditional telecom infrastructure, according to them. They added that given their incredible progress and vast potential, we're excited to partner with the co-founder and the team to continue building a grassroots telecom network. So Helium is our last coin on our list today. Let me know in the comments below which coins should be on this list. Again, if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. We drop a video every day. We keep you informed. We're almost at 1 million subscribers, and it's turning into a great year.